You know that, you're staying busy.
It's slowing a little
That-
bit, but it's
that first road
slowing,
project
it's slowing
up there?
to like a manager now, as opposed to just people calling.
We are
the phone
live.
ring.
All right.
Thank you for that.
Okay, we are going to convene the November 22nd, 2022 RPRC meeting. We have several items on the agenda. First up is the minutes from November 1st. I didn't see Val send that around, so we'll have to put that on to another meeting. So we'll go to our first item, which is 3 Hadley Road. I see someone is in. Okay. John, good morning. John, make sure you're connected. We don't see that you're hooked up with a microphone. We'll give you a minute or two. There you go. How are you, John?
Good. How's everybody?
Okay. Are you going to present to us? Or you just want to watch? What do you want to do?
Just want to watch. Yeah, I'm the.
Okay.
I think Adamo, the. Sorry, my kid's yelling in the background. I think Adamo, our architect, is joining now.
Oh, okay.
In the waiting room.
I'll let him in then. Sure. Anyone else or just him?
I believe it's just us two.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's garbage. Adamo, you with us? Adamo, you need to connect your microphone if you want to talk to us. I guess he can't connect, so we'll just go on. All right, so first one is 3 Hadley Road. And what we're looking at is a addition to the house. So rear 1-story addition, interior alterations. We have some work at the rear and a patio extension. So what it looks like. We got work in the back. And interior renovations.
And it's a second story addition on an existing
Yeah.
first story.
Here's some. Figure out how to zoom. Sort of gives you. Okay. So now you can see the
Mhm.
elevations.
It's better.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it looks good. There we go.
Yeah, no additional coverage.
There is a little bit.
For the rest,
Yeah. So, yeah.
So part of it's what, 1 story, part of it's 2 story?
So you can see here's where
You have to zoom in, like you can tell what that's telling.
the addition is.
Well, some it's saying, what, like, I can't read it. but-
Yeah.
1 story over patio.
That's here. This is the addition. Any engineering comments you're concerned about?
I mean, there's gonna be some modification to the existing septic.
Yes.
I mean, they're 5 feet from the additions in the back.
Yep.
And it should go to the health department for concurrence.
Yeah, one of the question I had is there any tree removal
the
associated?
full foundation.
Yeah. And if anyone, if you guys want to
It has full foundation.
jump in and answer any of these questions, feel free.
You mean the homeowner, the architect?
Yeah, either one of them.
Yeah, Adamo, are you here? If not, I can give you guys my best
Sure.
knowledge of what's going on. I heard a question about the septic. We are planning on either completely removing and reinstalling or just moving it back. I think that needs to be, we're going to be looking at that because we know once we build the extension, it's going to close in on the space, or the
Yes.
allotted 10 feet or whatever. So we're aware of that.
Yes, but we would want to see what your plans are, right? So that's part of what we're reviewing. So if you are doing a new septic, are you repairing it or is it going to be in a different location? What's the plan?
That's, I think, Adamo, if you're here, I think that's something you know better than me. I don't know if you can
I'm
hear
trying
us.
to.
Okay, yes. All right, we heard you, Adamo.
There you go.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
fine.
Yes, it would be the engineers working. Sorry, I'm just on baby duty. The engineers working on modifying the existing septic to move the tank and a line back.
Okay, and is that going to be in existing lawn area or? you
It would
take-
be, yes, exactly. There's an expansion area further back. It would be all in that existing lawn area because the house is not going to go any further back than what the, basically that existing sunroom is there.
Okay, I mean, the other comment, technical land coverage backup, that we talked about the health department needing approval for the septic. GIS depicts hydric soil on the site. I don't know if that's something Keller should take a look at.
Go take a look.
Yeah, and see whether or not it would be, you'd need a permit. Other than that, this, looks like a really nice project, John and Adamo.
Sure. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Committee, you have any concerns about sending this to the building department?
I have no concerns. It looks good.
Yeah, okay, so I'll make a motion to send this to the building department. Anyone want to second?
I'll second it.
Jim Jensen, in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is put our review comments in a memo, in a determination letter that will be posted this afternoon. You can download those comments, then address them and submit to the building department, and you should be okay to go.
Perfect. Appreciate it.
Thank
Okay.
you, guys. Thanks, everybody.
Thank
Oh.
you.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
All right. Bye.
Next, we're on to 8 Rose Hill Drive. We have Samantha in the waiting room. Hello, Samantha. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing great. So next up on the agenda, do you want to take us through what you're proposing?
Yes. My husband's also here, Stefano.
Great. I'll pull up the plans if that will help.
Wonderful. Perfect. Okay.
Okay, just give us a brief overview of what you're proposing.
So we're gonna do a second story renovation. Well, actually an addition,
Yeah,
but a second story.
so there. It's a good representation of what it's gonna look like. And I don't, did you submit a picture of what it is today? If not, I have that.
No, I don't think we have a picture of what it is.
So I'll pull
Yeah, I
that
think
up.
there's just the bird's eye view.
8 Rose Hill, right?
Yes.
That's sort of what we're talking about. So you can see. This is the existing elevation, 1 story.
Yeah.
Going to the 2-story. Wherever that is.
On the existing footprint.
Yeah, no, same footprint.
Yes, we're using the existing foundation.
We're leaving the first floor, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just, it's not an expansion of the.
Right, right.
footprint.
It's just over the second floor over the existing first. Yeah. Over the. And it's only over the main house.
Yeah, it's over, there's a 30 by 30 main portion of the house. And that's the part that we'll be putting the addition on top of.
And then you're adding the front porch.
All right, so
Yes.
looking at your comments. So the town engineer is asking whether residence is connected to sewer or will be as part of this project. How are you connected? Or what's
We
this?
We are connected to the sewer.
Yeah. And you don't, what are you asking here? Stormwater mitigation not required. The applicant should connect roof leaders to existing drainage facilities.
It's just with the addition of the porch and the second addition, just make sure everything's tied in.
Yep. Yeah, and then the pond definitely a feature.
Yeah,
It's not, you don't even have any water in it now, right?
No, the pond is, what it just says,
It's-
yeah,
yeah,
it's
it's-
leaves.
Pretty much just a drainage ditch almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no water in there.
So is everyone okay with what this looks like, John?
I'm okay with it, what it looks like.
Yeah, all right, so then I'll make a motion to send this to the building department.
I'll second that.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, hold on, all in favor? Aye. Okay, so we'll put together our technical comments in a determination letter. We'll post that on the RPRC webpage later today. You can give that to your professionals and then they can address those comments and submit directly to the building department.
Perfect.
Okay,
Thank you so
Okay.
much. Happy Thanksgiving to all.
Thank you, take care.
great, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Go for Byron Hill Road. Chris, you ready?
Yeah, I'm here. You hear me?
Great. Yeah, hear you fine. All right, you're up next. You have plans you want to share or do you want to pull them up?
You can pull them up if you got them up. I don't care either or.
You have a pretty simple one today, right?
Yeah, well, I got two. I got one at the end as well.
Okay. what you're legalizing, the deck and the shed, right?
Yeah,
I think you just share it so you can see what we're looking at.
yeah.
Okay. So what's the history here, that this house is for sale and they need to legalize these things? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, so right now they put the house up for sale and then, it came up with all these issues, all this stuff that needed to be legalized. So right now we're going through the process of legalizing this and the big thing we need is the shed is going to require a variance. The deck is pretty straightforward. It's an AZEK deck, TimberTech rail kind of thing, pretty straightforward. And then the shed, this vinyl shed, it's not even, it's one of those, you kind of bought it and it got, it's like a modular shed. It got dropped there. It sits on gravel. It's too close to the house. It needs a 9-inch variance. So,
Is that, it needs a 9-inch variance?
yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 24. See the dimension right by that Coltec that's kind of blocking it? If you move
Right.
it a little up and to the left, it's like 24.3 or something.
Yes. So, but finish that thought. So why does it need the variance?
That's what the building department told us, that it had to be 25 feet.
It needs a side yard setback?
No, I think it needs to be 20 feet, right? Which zone is this, Christopher?
This is a,
R1A?
yeah.
Yeah, so it could be half.
Yeah, it can be half.
That's
Well, I
right.
just want to
Why
make
not?
sure. I don't think you're gonna need it, is what I'm getting at. But
Oh,
let's-
they referred me to.
Let's see.
Or is the shed too close to the house? Is that a different?
The side is 30, so you need to be, no, 25.
Yes, 12 point.
So you need to be 12.5 feet away from the side. You're fine.
Oh, I don't know why the building department referred me to, was telling me I had.
It's 25.
Are you sure?
It's because accessory structures that are less than 800 square feet can be
Yeah,
half.
can be.
the
But if the
dimension.
accessory structure is too close to your house, it counts as it's part of your house, right? Does the shed have to be a certain distance from the house?
No.
No distance.
No,
That's how we were looking at that, Chris.
unless you're gonna be moving it closer to that side.
Oh, no. We don't want to touch it at all. I
Okay,
have
so
had that
Then you don't
Coltec.
need it. You definitely don't need,
Yeah, sure, you don't need it, Chris.
you need to legalize
Well, the
it.
reason he was thinking you needed it, and I know who did it, is because if the shed is too close to the house, but then it counts as part of that. Doesn't have to be.
I think it would have.
No, you have to be
attached.
physically.
There was
attached.
condensers.
Yeah, no.
Between the.
Right. If it were physically.
Because Rob's the one that said it needed it?
I don't know where it came from. That's what they,
Chris, who told you it needed it? Rob?
no, I
Yeah.
probably wrote it.
It's in it was in a violation that they received.
Yeah. So that's where that came from.
Okay, well, I
Well,
don't
we
think you
don't-
need it, so that's one less thing you have to deal
Did
with.
you apply for that yet, Chris?
No, I was told I had to go
Okay.
here first to get,
You're good, you're good,
Perfect, you're
you're
good.
good. So let's look at, you guys can see the photos. So this is the shed located at the side of the house. You know, Mine's got a roll-up door, I think, at one end. And then here's the deck that we're legalizing.
And gazebo's being.
The gazebo's gone.
gazebo's gone.
That was on the septic field.
Yeah.
Not a great situation. Yeah. So, I mean, I think everything is fine
How
here.
about the patio, Chris? That doesn't need to be addressed?
The patio, that's why we added, so we hired an engineer and we picked up anything that was added. So we
Okay.
picked up the shed, we picked up the deck, we even picked up the gazebo, even though we removed it, and we picked up the dog run and the concrete patio is all picked up. That's why we added these Coltecs.
Okay.
All right. So any concerns on mitigation, stormwater mitigation plan?
One thing that is in the table of the breakdown is the curve number for the lawn is 72, which is rather high. It should be lower, which would alter the need for some Coltecs, but
Reduce them?
Reducing, yeah,
Yeah, okay.
so.
Yeah, I mean, we can look into it. I appreciate that.
I think you're using exfiltration, which you can't do per the state manual. It should only be infiltration at the base.
I'm sorry, say that one more time. I couldn't hear you.
It appears that you're using exfiltration on your calcs, but you can only infiltrate at the base of the stone. So just look at that when you're redoing it.
Okay.
Is the committee okay with approving these structures?
Yeah, I mean, they've been there for God knows how long.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they're fine. So I'll make a motion to send this to building.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, any questions, Chris?
Adam, any chance you want to do my other application while I'm on?
Yeah, that's not a problem.
Thank you.
Which one is it?
The last one on the agenda, Evergreen.
Okay, an addition. Just let me find that. Here we go. Application to enclose a breezeway and construct a master bedroom. Okay. This one will need your input on it.
I thought, wasn't this before? I don't know, let me check.
No.
No, this hasn't been before you. So, yeah, if you want to start at that floor plan, A2, I think it was.
Yeah, did you submit existing elevations or no?
I have pictures in there.
You do, okay, good, so let me go to start there. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. And there's a gap there, so there's a small breezeway attaching.
Yeah, that's where we're enclosing and we're adding the master bathroom suite above that.
Yep. So I just want to give the context to the committee, then we'll go back. Oh, here, that's probably the best.
Yeah, so as you can see on the left side there, we have the new mudroom that we're going to be enclosing that we're making. And then above that, that will be the master suite. Yep. If you move to the front of the house, we're going to pull the entranceway out so we can incorporate the new powder room and kind of give it a little more street presence. We've altered the dormers to make them shed dormers because, you know, again, to give it a little more street presence, also give us bigger windows, bring more light into the space. And then on the right side, there was an existing deck. We're proposing that we're going to enclose that area to give them a home office, as you can see on A2 plan. It would be right off the breakfast area there. So yeah, that's the area we'd be enclosing to give them that office. And basically the materials, I mean, it's all hardy, white hardy, you know, 2/2 windows, AZAC trim, black roof. We're going to do a cable rail, and we have just a thin stone veneer that we're probably going to add for the columns and around the stair in the front of the foundation and the chimney. The chimney's now brick.
You go back to the drawing,
This elevation?
the front elevation, zoom in on the drawing, sure. Okay, so on the rendering, you have a gable over the mudroom window.
Yeah,
On the plan,
we were going back and forth with that. I think we're taking it out.
I think it looks better without it, so.
Yeah, we're taking it out. It's not gonna be on there. It's not gonna be.
I think it draws too much presence to the side door versus the front door. So
Yeah, we're not gonna, you know, we decided last minute,
You're
yeah,
trust me. And what color are the windows?
the windows are gonna be white.
Okay,
Yeah,
It does look better.
so it's a white house, white windows, white, okay.
yeah, it's relatively simple.
And, yeah. And then we have a
Yeah,
same
wait, I'm not
comment,
usually waiting.
we've seen a bunch of properties get, for projects on this street. The GIS shows it all as hydric soil, so I don't know if we even looked at the other ones yet. But
We'll have to go check.
you have to go check it out
Yeah.
and see. Other than that, I think this looks good.
Do we need drainage here though? Cause we're just covering impervious?
No, there's not, you're
Well, the
already,
deck, I don't know how the deck now.
well, that's already,
Does it
there.
go that way here?
Yeah, they're gonna have to do stormwater
Okay.
mitigation, soil testing. They're over the limit.
they're, oh, it's 445,
Yeah.
that's why. It's over the 250.
Over the 250. How is it over the 250?
It says that you said it was 445 square feet more. The applicant states impervious coverage will increase by 445 square feet. Is that not right?
$445. You're just covering this. Oh, yeah. Well, we're adding the porch, but the porch was, well, I mean, there wasn't really a. Can I take another look at that?
Yeah, you could look at, coordinate that with.
Yeah, can we coordinate that?
All right, so I'll make a motion to send this to building.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so, we'll put it all together. You could speak to the town engineer about whether or not the stormwater mitigation plan is required based on the increase in impervious surface.
All right. Sounds good.
All right.
Adam and everybody, thank you so much. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, you too.
Take care.
So we'll go back in order. That puts us to 35 limestone. So this is the second time we're talking about this, within the applicant, an arborist on board. Mike, hi, how are you? Welcome.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, and I know Kelly's on too, but she's not connected yet, so hopefully she'll get connected. We last left this where there was some question about the health. Hi Kelly, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
We last left it where the applicant was going to give us some more information about the health condition of these trees. And specifically, we wanted an arborist to take a look and see if there were anything short of removing the trees to make the trees healthy and safe. The applicant hired Mike to do that. We have his report. Should I pull it up? Go over it. Second.
How's everyone?
You're doing great. Very well. And then, Mike, this is your report. Do you want to just summarize what you did, what you found, and what your recommendations are?
Sure. So
Yeah.
basically, I did a site visit of the site and I did a visual inspection of the trees in question. And I'll start with the worst trees and work our way backwards. So basically, on the right-hand side of the property, adjacent with the neighbor, there are numerous trees that have some severe and some structural decay issues. There's a large tulip that's completely hollow. It's about 40 inches in diameter. There's a maple tree on the right-hand side that has a severe cavity, which is a structural defect as well. As you work your way towards the back right of the property, there are a couple of ash trees also in the back corner that are severely impacted by vines. And due to the vines, their growth habits are non-typical. So they're basically growing up tall and they're making a 90-degree bend and then another 90-degree bend upwards. There's a hickory also in that back right corner that has a burl or has actually 2 burls in the cavity in the upper crown. And typically a burl is a area that is infected by bacteria, and it's basically a growth. It may or may not be a defect area. Oftentimes it's an area of weaker wood that becomes a subject in a later time during storms, because that's a area where you could get some decay and breakage. Property, there's a few more ash trees back there, and there's actually one ash tree that has its roots all over the surface of the backyard, and they're heavily impacted where they're all surface roots, they're exposed and they're decayed, and a lot of them have been cut, whether they've been cut by the lawnmower or they've just broken apart. I can't ascertain because they're starting to decay and rot. So the question there is, with the surface roots being decayed and rotted, the stability of the trees in question, and also that portion of the backyard is basically unusable to kids because of the surface roots. Now you work your way towards the left side of the property where you have a number of beech trees. There's a clump of beech trees that has included bark in it, meaning that the angle of the trunks as they're growing, they are growing up against each other. And this is an area where there's usually concern over time for failure, where you have a very acute angle. And the third tree that's up against that combined tree is actually hollow and decay and rotted at the base. So once you remove that small 8-inch tree, the other 2 trees are basically going to be subject to rot in the root zone and the root flare. So that's always a concern. Can you remove that one tree and leave the other 2? There's always that possibility, but you're never going to stop that decay and rot. So all you're doing is you're just pushing that off inevitably.
And I think generally, Mike, your report goes through these trees, and the vast majority of them, you recommend removal. There are a couple to a few that, you don't recommend removal, but the property owner wants to remove
Still
them.
wants to remove.
Yeah, given that number is comparatively small to the other trees that are being recommended for removal by the arborist, it just might make sense for us to authorize the trees to come out. Is everyone okay with that?
Yeah, John. I just have a question, and I'm sorry. I looked this over and I saw something by Walter DePaz that's attached to this, and they inventory 21 trees. And I'm just confused as to.
That was, you're talking about the original?
I think
So that was their land tree removal company.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they inventoried 21 trees. And so is it 21 total trees that are on the property? And it's 21, because I'm confused by the original report that said they inventoried on site 21 trees.
I don't know.
So Mike, the arborist, whom you guys are looking at the report he made, is the professional who replaced the non-professional initial letter you're referring to.
Yeah, so they said that's all the trees on the property.
Yes, the number of trees, number 21 matches, which is 21.
Right, but there are more than 21 trees on the property. is
Oh,
what John-
yes, yes.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
that's what,
no, on the property, excluding what is being applied for removal here, there are probably, I'm gonna say probably 12 to 18 other trees on that property that are gonna exist and stay on that property.
yeah, that was my question.
Yeah,
I'm confused.
Yeah, I apologize.
Yeah,
So-
No, no, from an earlier report.
Yeah,
It just says total trees on property, total trees on site, 21 trees, so. But that's not the total trees.
Well, it's just,
all right. So is everyone satisfied now? I think we've got all this information. We have the backup information from the applicant. And their professional. I'll make a motion to send this to the building department.
Second.
All in favor?
uh,
Okay. So guys, just apply for the tree removal permit from the building department and you'll be set.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Take care.
Have a great Thanksgiving.
I have a,
Yeah, go ahead.
Adam, Mike, thank you so much. Adam, I have a question.
Yeah.
So I think I also mentioned, correct me if I'm wrong, the fence.
Yes,
Okay. Are we
yes.
able to
That's part
discuss-
of this approval.
Oh, okay. I thought you were telling me to hang up. All right.
No, I'm saying we, whatever you asked for with and the fence was part of it. We're
Okay.
saying that's okay and you can go get your permit. You provide
Okay.
information of the fence.
Oh.
Yeah, I have a few comments here. There's a piece of fence that looks like your neighbor's fence on your property. What are you gonna do with that?
Yeah, but we're getting along. We discussed it. We are in agreement, and what we're gonna do is do the same thing on that side that we're gonna do on the other side on the rear, and then we're gonna fix it because they allocated their fence without.
Yeah, are you gonna move it to the property line or keep it?
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, all right, that's it. So
Awesome.
we're gonna post the comments
Yeah.
and you'll address those comments and submit directly to the building department.
Thank you. Thank
Okay,
you, guys. Have a good one. Awesome.
You too.
Appreciate
Take
you.
care.
Okay, bye.
All right, next is 40 Saul Street. We have 40 and 42.
Oh, 40, 42.
Same applicant. Same
I know you-
applicant. Same applicant, yeah.
Okay.
Hello, Corey, good morning.
Morning, guys. How's everybody today?
Doing well. We're up to your two projects, 40 and 42 Sarles. Teo, are you gonna take us through the plans? Can you share?
Yes.
And go through with the committee what's being proposed?
Yes, please.
Okay, so start with whatever project you like, it doesn't matter.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, board members. Mr. Kaufman, thank you for having me here in front of you.
Sure.
I appreciate it. It's always a pleasure to be working with the town
Same.
of Armonk. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
If you let me share my screen.
Please.
Okay, I will start here with I will start with the cottage.
Yeah, you know what, let me just, before you start, Teo, just so the committee understands, we previously approved a major renovation, essentially a new house for the main building. This property contains many outbuildings, and actually the compound is comprised of 2 lots. So we're gonna talk about both parcels today, one for a pool and pool house on the main lot. And then on the next other lot, there's an existing house that's going to be demolished and a new house being proposed. But this effectively operates as a single compound. And in fact, as part of what is being proposed, a couple of the existing outbuildings are being removed. So I set the stage for you, Taylor. Now you can.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yes, so in fact, we have the two parcels here, number 42, the larger, and number 40, the smaller. As Adam related to you, and I will try to zoom into this image here. You can see the property, this area view from the county mapping, where we have this as the main house. I show you the other structures, so you can see that, you know, there's distance to each one of the other structures. And the existing house is being rebuilt. There is a structure that's going to be removed, which is the one in here, which is an old caretaker cottage. There's a garage that we are correcting as well. There is a pump house that is being removed. There is a small barn that is being removed. This one is the main house on the lot number 40, which is the main house in that one lot that we're looking to remove and relocate a little farther up the hill in here. The pool house generally will be built in this area here. If you can see my cursor, and the pool will be built in this location here. The guest cottage, as I said, will be built in here. So we have two parts of this project. We have two applications because there are two separate tax lots. So again, you know, other aerial views from different angles, the main house, the garage that will stay, structure that's been removed, removed, and rebuilt in here, because this is the guest house that we are calling, which is the main house on lot number 40. These are the aerial views.
Yep, great.
Here, you have a site plan of the property, and actually we are highlighting here the lot number 40, which is the main house in lot number 40, which will serve as a guest cottage to the small compound that we have here in front of you. This is the site plan. You know, there is an access here to the main property, and there will be this small driveway taking you down to the guest house, which will be located here. The guest house is a 3-bedroom structure. It has one bedroom on the lower level. It has a great room in here. Other amenities in the lower level, a detached garage connected by a breezeway that you could also access from the garage, or pedestrian access actually through here to the breezeway, and then into the house. On the upper level of the house, we have 2 bedrooms, 2 guest bedrooms with a bathroom each and a small loft. This is the roof plan that you can see. It's a very simple geometry. We are proposing very natural shapes, and using, you know, nice local materials. We have stone in the majority of the house, and then we have a tile roof system here, similar to a slate, but it is a terracotta tile. It is a clay, a weather tile that actually I will like to show you as well. I will continue with the other elevation. So in this elevation, basically, you have a great room that it has a higher volume. And here we have the guest bedrooms on 2nd floor. We have kitchen, you know, the entryway, breezeway, detached garage in here with only storage on top. This is the opposite view, the rear that we call of the house, that will have a large fenestration here coming out into a terrace. We have breakfast room, part of the guest suite on 2nd floor, and the principal bedroom in the lower level, 3 bedrooms, and the garage is there. That is the opposite view. Again, you know, the stonework and the clay tile roof are the materials being used in the structure. We have submitted all the calculations, etc. So it's all in compliance. We don't have setback issues, lot coverage. It's all in compliance. I wanted to show you also a landscaping plan. that I should have here. Yeah, we have a landscaping plan again in here. You have the driveway coming into a courtyard, all done with gravel, with a small border of cobblestone. You have a little parking area here. You walk into the house, and the great room actually has a terrace on the back, which has some nice views to the horizon and then some mountainside. And then this one is more of a landscape terrace on the opposite side. You know, there's a little privatized small guest terrace here that you see, and then the rest will be done foundation planting and native landscape, and also boxwoods and smaller trees, just to create and set the environment of the structure.
Yeah, it really is beautiful. I want to live here. It's great.
Can we see this?
We all want to be guests.
Yeah.
Wonderful. You should I continue?
You did a fantastic job.
Thank you.
I don't really have any
Yeah,
concerns. We have stormwater issues for the details, right?
Needs to go to the health department.
Health department for the septic. Actually, can you go back to the site plan, Teo? Just point out
Yeah.
those elements. Do
Yes.
you have a preliminary area for the stormwater management? or
Yes,
not?
we do have actually. I
Oh.
will show it to you now. We're getting to the more technical here, and yes, we have allocated an area for
Okay.
the new septic that will be installed, and we are in the process with the Board of Health. The expansion area, demolished properties here, and then we're looking actually to do the storm water management down here. We have a flat area that it's fairly accessible, that it's flat, and we have depths in there to do the
Corey,
water
you'll-
management. Also, there's a small section here. We may be taking probably roof drains down here, or vice versa. So we
Okay.
have identified 2 areas.
All right, Corey, you'll deal with the access easement.
Yeah, we've already got it drafted. I'll send, once I get it back from Janice, I'll send it to you and Roland for review.
Okay, is everyone okay with this? Yeah. All right, so I'll make a motion to send this to the building department.
40 and 42.
No, we're just did 40 at this point.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so now why don't we move on to 42 and the pool?
Thank you. Yeah, so in 42 South Street, you know, the aerial view that I already presented to you applies. And basically what we're doing, what we're proposing here is I will zoom to this area here. System here, yeah.
Now, I don't recall, what was the disposition of the pool that was in the main house? Is that going?
You know, the pool that was in the main house has been eliminated.
Okay.
We already got a demolition permit. It has been removed and backfilled. All the
Right.
material has been removed.
Got it.
So there will be no pool house near the structure. This will be the only pool house.
Yeah.
So generally, you know, we have an existing septic system. The small pool house that has a powder room and a shower will be connecting to that septic on the technical. And then on the architecture, basically, we are creating a small little enclosure here to privatize this pool activity. So there's a small pool house with a gathering, a lounging room, and a bathroom and some amenities. We have the pool, and there's a pergola that will be installed on the side of the property here. Again, you have a larger plan in here that will show you a little more in detail. You know, we have terraces here, very organic terraces, and the organic shape with the pool, a small little waterfall. And actually here we have more of a blow up, which is what I described to you. On the architecture of the structure, again, you know, there is just an open gathering room with a small counter to serve inside a little food and appetizers. We have storage, we have a pantry, a bathroom with a shower, and a changing room. So it's a very simple structure. Again, we're looking to keep its character with the stonework and the same vocabulary that we have established with the guest cottage that you see, and also the main house. So there's stone in here. and also a terracotta roof tile that will be installed, a fireplace. We also have, steel windows, thermally broken steel windows that will be used in these structures. The character of the structure, as you can see, it's a stone. We have stone lintels. We have, we will have steel fenestration, steel doors and windows, and the terracotta roof tile, as you can see, a reference, here in a building that we can see from the reference from Ludovici, who's the manufacturer. So then, yes, I will be happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Tao. Yeah, I mean, everything looks okay to me, basically.
Well, I'm confused. We're looking at 40, we're looking at the smaller house, 40. We're not looking at 42. Or we're looking at the
We're
pool
looking
house.
at 42. This is the pool house.
Pool house.
These are the pool house.
But you can see how it's similar in design. Yeah. Yeah, it looks fine. Everyone
Yeah, no problem with this.
okay with this?
And you can't see it from anywhere anyways.
No.
Big property.
And from Byron Hill Road.
You can't see it from Sarlis when you're driving by.
Oh, you know what? What's the size of the shepherd's hut and what is it? I just don't know how to do that. Taylor.
Okay. The shepherd hut, it's a little rolling structure. It's like a little wagon a little mini wagon on wheels.
Less
That's
than
why we
6
need documents. So it's a movable structure.
Is it
Very
less than
small,
6?
about 8 feet by 15 feet. Just more like a kid's little play area. And it's movable. It's on wheels.
So it's over 64 square feet. So
Yeah.
So what do we do with that? Anything? Do we care? Is it a
It's like
play
a trail, it's
structure?
like a trailer on the property.
Yeah.
Is it a play structure?
Pardon me?
It's a play structure?
Yes, it is a play structure, more for the kids to
All right,
go there and.
so just to take it off the plan, just.
Yeah.
That we don't
Very
need to
good.
know.
Very good.
Okay. All right. So I'll make a motion to send this to the building department.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. All set, guys, right?
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. We don't
Thank
speak.
you,
Have a
board
great
members.
Thanksgiving,
Thank
everybody.
you, Mr. Kaufman. Have
Yes.
a great day.
Thanks, Benny.
Thank you.
Bye.
We have one.
And then we have the real people,
I have a
right?
quick question.
Yes, there.
Quick question on that one. So you can have a property without a road cut as long as you have an easement to neighboring property?
Yes, you need frontage, but your driveway access does not need
It
to
doesn't
be
have
off
to
of
be.
that.
It doesn't have to.
And they can always put it back later.
Sure.
Right, they sell it as two separate properties.
You got it?
Right. What's that?
So we're doing our guest.
I want my driveway to come through my neighbor's. That one.
Yeah. Oh, good luck with that one.
Yeah,
The nursery. Yeah.
Saved me driveway. My exit's really a pain in the neck.
At certain times of the day.
It is,
Yeah.
it is.
But most of the time it's fine.
Yeah.
We got a couple seats down there. If you sit down for you.
I just apologize, because
You
when
don't
it
need to
said like there's a
apologize.
waiting room, I was like, oh, a waiting room.
No,
not
no.
yeah.
No,
I'm showing my.
you guys need it, you guys. Yeah, sure.
This is great.
You do it by Zoom to make it easier for you guys, but if you're welcome to.
I just thought it would be fun to see the process. Okay.
We're not.
You know when it's over.
All right, Debbie, you're with us? Is Debbie the architect?
Yes, Charles calls it.
Charles, Sweeney?
Okay.
That's together.
Okay.
Okay.
So Charles or Debbie, are you with us? Sorry, they want to join in. They can. So what we're talking about, the existing house is gone.
Gone.
Right, so new house being proposed on the lot. Here you can see the site plan. I'll pull up some elevations so you can see what's being proposed. I have only one major comment, which we'll get to.
Okay.
Minor comment.
What's that?
Made you sound scary.
No, not scary, just something we have to deal with and we have to discuss. So here's the elevations, front. Left. Here. So very nice house.
Thanks. We're having Thanksgiving next year, if you're around.
All right, so let's pull up the site plan. So my major comment deals with this third bay. And what that does in terms of the ability to screen properly.
Oh,
Right.
okay, the
So,
third garage. bay,
Yeah,
yes.
for garage bay. So typically what we would like to see is, adequate screening along the side lot line.
Uh-huh.
So my comment is in order to back out, so you're building this house from side lot line to side lot line. And we've got two garage bays in the front,
Mhm.
and it's this side driveway that is preventing, some screening along this whole side. So maybe you can have the backup area go this way, right? So you back out this way
Uh-huh.
and have enough room to screen along the side lot line. How big is, how?
I'm in the landscaping business, getting trees now.
Good. And so do you understand what I'm saying?
But this is a whole row of trees there now.
Yes, but,
Big ones.
but
Well, what's
we
the
don't know.
distance between the proper, from the edge of the house to the property line? I can't read that.
27. I mean, what is it, from side lot line?
Right from the edge of the, right from the edge of the building, which is really a setback line to the property line is what?
Well, 30 feet from the building,
So that's,
and it's 27 to the backup area, so it's 3 feet between. the
okay,
backup
so they
area
left 3 feet for plant
Right.
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 and 27 to back out of the garage.
Yes.
To give you time to turn and not hit your car on the garage door.
Yeah,
And that's a functioning retaining wall, right? You're actually holding that.
yeah, how tall is that? Just a couple feet?
It's low.
So that's, that's my biggest concern. Other than that, it's simple.
We asking the applicant to turn us off of that now, we're asking the applicant to.
No, we gotta deal with it. Yeah. I mean, we don't have to deal with it here. I mean, we could send them to the planning board, but that seems
Right,
not necessary.
so the suggestion is if the way that what you're thinking is that the way the access to the third driveway is now,
Well,
that
either
stayed that
that's
line.
eliminated and that, are you gonna use it for a vehicle?
The goal is to use it for small vehicles.
Yeah. Some people will use a garage as storage, right?
Right.
You don't necessarily need the full
Yeah.
backup
Yeah,
area.
but we're not, but it's not gonna be, really something that's used, and it's really more for the future. We don't have a car for there. So we only have 2 cars, some of them like, no kids are living in a house.
Yeah.
I know when you build this.
Except pedestrian.
No, I do, I have a daughter in Texas.
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
Adam, are you suggesting,
So when
sorry?
they come in the summers, because you don't want to be.
You're suggesting doing that, Adam, right? You were suggesting and then it actually,
Yes.
Yeah.
Turn back that
Right.
way.
Yeah.
and then if you did that, then that would allow.
Yeah, but there's only so much you can turn when you're backing out of a garage.
Exactly. But whether that's gonna work,
12 plus 8 is 20 feet,
it's
right?
tight. That's
That's tight because I mean, I have to do that for my garage and I have a stone wall behind me. So I know that you need room to be able to get between out of the door and turn.
If you do what we're just talking about, is there a need for a wall? What is the need for the?
Yeah, there is the retaining wall.
I don't know why they
Yeah.
I don't know, they put the retaining wall. I don't
On the
know.
other side, there's railroad ties. Your neighbor has railroad ties.
Well, it depends on the grading.
Well, the grading comes down this way, so I think that's
Yeah,
the
you're gonna
reason
need it, 'cause
why he
it's
wanted
4
to
feet.
do. The wall there is to prevent water from coming in and going, rushing towards the house. So your concern is that,
Want to see a landscaping plan that has screening along that side lot line.
so you're gonna wanna see, well, this is the wall, okay?
Right.
So, and there's a whole row of huge trees. all
Oh,
over.
yeah, so, yeah, I didn't finish my point. So what we like to see is if you're building the structure, then that screening needs to be provided by you, because in the future, we don't know what's gonna happen next door. So we understand that there are trees there now, but. they
What
may
size
or may
trees
not.
do you want? 6-foot arborvitae's, 6-foot trees.
Yeah, that could.
I was just gonna say,
Fine.
arborvitae's are pretty.
Yeah, that works. I mean, I think we see that all the time.
Or arborvitae's is some,
Another comment, and I'm glad you're in the landscaping business. It is pretty old. There's a driveway coming in along this side that's going to the other property we looked at earlier.
Yes.
Agree. So, you might want to beef this up, in terms of screening.
I'm laughing because he was already talking.
Yeah.
Oh, you can see the other house.
You're gonna want to
I
anyway,
can see the house.
but it was pretty obvious when I was out there, you're gonna need to do something. Yeah. So I think we're all on the same page with that.
Yep.
How do you think, what would you like to do here? What works for you? We want to be reasonable.
I mean, I'd like to be able to keep, we're not gonna use it much. I'd like to be able to, and we're not gonna do a blacktop. We're gonna try, not to make it a blacktop driving because I hate the way.
Well,
that
that's
looks.
what I was thinking, if there's more storage and you don't really need to get a car in and out of there, then you probably have enough room to screen it. And you can still get access to it.
I mean, that's ultimately what it's gonna be is which put trees there. It's not used on a regular basis. If I got a tractor to mow the lawn, I might put it in there and have access from
Yeah.
there.
Mhm.
But yeah, but that's what we're looking to do. And we'll screen it with shrubs, because I want the privacy anyway. I mean, we used to live on the other side.
Okay.
We were here for 25 years, moved to the city, raised the kids here. And it was-
Kids left and the dogs were gone. I was like, I don't need to be in Statesville anymore. So then we moved to the city and I don't want to be in the city anymore.
Right.
At home.
Yeah.
Right, my friends are all still here.
Yeah.
Right, so, and at one point, we tried to get as much coverage on the lot as possible,
Mhm.
because it is long and
Yep.
it's only 106 feet wide.
Yeah.
So that's why you can see we went end to end.
Mhm.
And
Which you can do, it's fine.
and we have enough room to put shrubs in.
Okay.
If that's okay with
Because
you
we,
guys.
what happens is we. I'm in the nursery business so typically when you go and buy a root ball, you might have a root ball 4 feet. I have it dug for me with the spade or whatever, so we can make a 4-foot root ball with a certain plant, make it 18 inches wide. To plant it, so that doesn't become a problem, and then the tap roots have enough room to go down and around.
Okay.
So planting, shrubs is not a problem. So where are you thinking of cover? From
Screening the neighbor.
screening the neighbor from which point to which point? From
Uh,
this point to this point?
Yes.
With
Yeah.
the house, right?
It's the house that we're concerned
We really don't see that house. That house is the garage. You
Yeah.
go up there, right?
with. Yes,
So that house is their pool.
yes,
The only house you're really seeing
Okay.
is
yes, but
this
that,
guy over here.
yes, but I think that. His activity area is out there.
Yes.
Yes, his playground, yeah.
Yes.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
And plus the trees, once they get that big, they lose a lower foliage anyway. So we're gonna wanna do that ourselves.
Okay. I'm just seeing if there's anything else, consolidate the tree removal, but it looks like 12 trees are coming out. We talked about the landscape plan. Oh, yeah, the GIS shows hydric soils here,
Yeah.
so we'll have to investigate,
What's hydrant?
potentially wetlands
Wetlands.
Where's that?
throughout the site, yeah,
Oh, I'm saying that.
so.
We'll go, we'll take a
We'll
look.
check it. Yeah, and it might not be visible, and it might not really be wetlands, it's a flag, right, so when we see that type of soil, it's something we want to look
Look
at.
for,
And then the county health department for the septic.
what happens with what? Just curiosity, since property, but it's Connecticut state line, what does that mean?
Do you?
And any trees that I see all the trees are all labeled tag on the property. If any of those trees, which some of them aren't in good shape, need to be removed, permits,
Well, it depends, if they're dead or hazardous, you don't need a permit, but you should coordinate with the building department.
okay,
If you're going to take 10 or less trees, or 10 or more trees in a 1/4 acre area, you need a permit. Or if you take down any tree that's 24 inches DBH.
Mhm.
Or if you take trees down in the regulated setbacks, so like at the periphery of the property. So depending on the situation, you may or may not need a permit. Just ask. Best to check with us.
Building department?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, and trimming up trees in your property, not
No, just.
so make sure things haven't changed since we were here. And what's the setback for pools, just in the future?
This line here. Right,
So the house line.
yes, it's the same as the house, yeah.
But you have that, so you can't, so the setback is 30 feet on each side,
Yeah.
on the right side.
Yep.
So, okay, so you could go all the way up until that line there, which gives you a 30-foot setback.
Yep, that's correct.
Not
Then
putting
you have to work with your septic location.
I think the septic's in the front.
Yeah.
Oh. That's okay, I'm not putting it.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, everyone okay?
I'm okay with it.
All right,
Okay.
so then I'll make a motion to send this to building.
I'll second that.
So once it, just because I don't know the
Wait, hold on.
process. Oh,
All in
sorry.
favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, yeah.
Once it goes to the building department.
Yeah.
Then they say yes or no,
She
or,
wants to know where she can put it.
yeah, when do we start?
Well, so I have some comments, the landscaping, what we talked about today, the town engineer has some comments, we're gonna post all of that today for your professionals. The professionals will see those comments, revise the plans and submit them to the building department.
Got it.
And then at the same time that they're reviewing the specific house plans, they'll also review the comments.
Right.
And then once all that's satisfied, you can get the building permit. Mike is the assistant building inspector. I believe you're many weeks in terms of reviewing, right?
Yeah, we'll probably send that out.
Okay,
So, yeah, it'll be.
so I don't know the timing, but.
A few weeks, huh?
Oh, weeks.
I probably would.
Maybe like January 1?
No.
No. Okay. That'd be helpful.
A lot of it's up to you, and your professional.
Right.
We'll have the answers on.
Once they get it back.
It's hard.
Right, so basically, your guys are asking for the landscaping plan,
Yes,
okay?
for the most part, you're gonna have to go to the health department, show us that they gave you approval for the septic.
Okay,
And then the building department will do their review on the structure as well.
okay.
Good.
Okay,
Thank you.
so everything that you need, you have,
They
other
get
than,
Well,
right,
we're gonna post
Yeah.
what we need, then, you'll prepare that and submit it to the building department.
Got it.
And do the review.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
All right, welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Have fun.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
My youngest daughter who moved to Houston keeps saying, when's it supposed to be ready? I'm coming back next Thanksgiving.
And then, hopefully next Thanksgiving.
That'd be good, right?
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Thank you. Bye.
Right, now I'll make a motion to adjourn the November 22nd, 2022 RPRC meeting. Second.